this way, all right? So that the shorter part is facing me, all right? And I'm just pretty close to that chair. We're gonna use it for some support. We're gonna use it for some lengthening. We're gonna use it for some strengthening, but let's just kind of pay honor and homage to our chair, right? It's just one of our tools that we utilize. And I know I take for granted chair. It's just like, there's a chair and I'm gonna sit down in that chair, and I'm not gonna always pay attention to what happens in that chair. But yeah, so thank you. And the thing though about the chair that has kind of reduced for us our strength in our legs. And I'm not talking about us, our group, I'm talking about us and our society, because you know, other societies, like when we were in Nepal, right? They're eating like this, sitting down with their food. And I'm sorry, I guess they're eating with their right hand because they use their left hand for something else. But this is how they sit and eat, sit and talk, going through, I think Morocco, you know, the men along the street, you don't see women out there. I don't know what they're doing, but you see all the men and just squatting down and talking. So the chair, again, is a convenience tool, but let's also use it as a strengthening tool as well. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to face the chair and I'm going to go ahead and lift my arms up, raise them up, inhale. And I'm going to exhale, come into cactus arms here. Okay, so you got my side view going, pulling down and opening up those shoulder blades. Okay, squeezing, rising up, inhale, and bringing them down. I guess here we're actually squeezing them together, right? And opening up our chest. And this is where we lift and lengthen and open. Let's do that 2 more times. Pull down. This last time, if you want to let the hips come forward and your heart come forward as well, you can come into this open expression. Only go back as far as it's comfortable for you. Lifting ourselves up, inhale. Lengthen, exhale. Let's just float our hands on down. Let's do, and I'll go ahead and just face you, so make sure you can see me. You can face me too, or face the chair, but we're going to be doing something with a chair in a second. And we're just going to do a little bit of a arm sun salutation with a little flex in our legs and our knees, okay? So flexing, arms down, lengthening, arms up, in breath, exhale, pull down, come into that little bend. And before we go any farther, just look down. Your feet should be about hips distance. They should be running like railroad tracks. And we can maybe see our toes over our knees, okay? Because we're not bent down that far. And then release down, rise up, inhale. And exhale, take it on down. Releasing, lengthening. Maybe looking, exhale. Little bent. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Exhale. Straighten our legs, let our arms release down. And then let's go ahead and take our hands to the seat of the chair. If that's a little low for you on the back side of your legs, then take it to the back of your chair, because then you won't be bent down as much. We're going to do some leg lengthening in the back of our legs to begin with. So right here or here, holding in at your navel point to just keep everything really strong here, okay? Keep your back. Sorry for the jet.
Julie, sorry, but there's some interference going on. Yes. It's hard to hear you.
Chris, it's the jet. And I was saying, sorry for the jet. Yes.
Sorry to hear that.
Jet. I can't control that. Somebody's flying in to visit him. So are you okay now? Is it all right? Okay. Yeah, that's going to happen. I guess somehow we've become part of the air flight task. So here we are with that straight spine, and your tailbone is pushing back. And if you want, take your toes in a little bit. And I know a lot of times I say, keep your feet running forward like railroad tracks. Right now, go ahead and take the toes in and maintain that straight spine and that nice strong core here. Okay, you see that straight spine that I have, and we just have that little internal rotation. When you do that, you should have probably felt your sits bones open up back there. Okay, and now look down at your feet. Let's take them back into those railroad tracks. And again, if this is too much to have the legs long and extended, then take a little bend there. Okay, and now let's go into duck feet. Take your heels in and toes out, but our heels are still about hips distance. And we're just going to feel into that external rotation. Okay. And then taking feet back into neutral here. And then from here, just take a little bend into your elbows. Maybe you can lengthen the back side of your legs a little bit more. Push into your chair, lift back into that straight parallel spine. Bend into your elbows, opening up a little bit more in the back of your legs. And we're also using some arm strength here, right? Because it is managing the weight of our torso as we bob forward and bring ourselves up, okay? Let's do a couple more of those. Taking yourself as low and slow as you would like to go. Maybe not as slow as you would like to go, but low and slow as your body is saying it's okay to go, right? Let's go ahead and open up our legs a little bit wider than the front of the chair. Toes out, heels in. Let's bend into our knees. Okay, so we're coming into a squat, but we're supported with that chair. And from here, we're just going to take a few little bounces. Okay. Bouncing, and my hands can be on the outside of the chair. I can take them towards the front of the chair. Those of you that don't want to use the chair, you don't need to use the chair. You can do this with your hands in a different position, okay? But today we are utilizing the chair for its ability to assist us in strengthening, lengthening, supporting. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and lengthen my legs out, push my weight into my hands, lift into my toes, right? So I'm high on my toes, and I'm coming back into my heels, and I'm coming back into a low squat, or maybe just a little 1-inch squat, okay? And then straighten the legs, tone into the core, lift up through the balls of your feet. Right? Everything is nice and strong. Heels down, take a little squat. Okay, you guys go ahead at your own speed. So here I inhale as I come up, and I straighten and lengthen and tighten all the muscles in my legs. And then I come down, opening up that spread of my knees. This is my inhale. And then this is my exhale. Like that again, for your own rhythm. Finding what works for you in that opening of your legs. Let's do 2 more. And I'm assuming everybody can hear me okay. There's no jets right now, just some birds. And then bring yourself back up. And let's walk our feet back in underneath our hips. And let's take our hips for a little ride here. So bending into my knees are coming towards the front of that chair. And I'm really letting them go now so that I can get into my waist as well. Feel that in your core. Feel that in your obliques. And you could just do this. And this is core work, okay? Because you are twisting in and out. And then come back to a rest there. And then we're going to go ahead and move a little closer to that chair. Take our hands to the back of the chair. If your hands reach, your chair might be a little bit higher, right? So wherever you are, hold on there and just place one knee on your chair. Okay, so we're standing on one foot and one knee and two hands, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and leave my one hand, opposite hand on the chair. I'm gonna lift the other one up. I'm gonna lengthen there, pressing in to knee, foot, lengthening here. I'm gonna take it over to one side, really pressing down into the 3 points of contact that I have. Lifting up and taking myself over in the opposite direction, but trying to maintain that bicep by my ear. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, take that hand down, okay? And let's try that on the other side then. One arm, that other arm lifts up high, lengthen that body. Press down into the earth with one foot in your knee on the chair, and hopefully you have it padded. Lengthen with the breath. Take yourself over. Side stretch here. Bring myself up on my next inhale and take myself back over. Don't go very far on that other side. Keep your bicep by my ear is keeping me from coming over too far. Lifting up, lengthen. Exhale, that hand comes down. That foot comes down. Hands on hips, and take your feet about the distance of the chair before we do the other side. Let's take some circles with our hips. Around a few times, and then let's come around on the back side here. Right behind where the camera is Ruby, the road runner. This is her turf now. And then just ding dong back and forth here, left and right. Good. Before we do the other side, let's get into our shoulders a little bit. Let's go ahead and take our hands behind us, interlace, and take your hands as low as your shoulders would like to go there, opening up the chest, okay? If you'd like, you can take those hips forward. You can take your heart up, only if you feel like you can keep that heart from crunching into your lower spine. You don't want that. That's why we keep our heart going upward, okay? And then we send ourselves back into straight here, releasing, arms come out and take them up overhead. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. And floating those arms down. Good. And then let's go ahead and take the other foot up. No, not the foot, the other knee. Sorry, and some of you want to take the foot, you can. That just adds to the challenge of the balance a bit. And here we are with the knee on the chair, leg pressing downward. I'm going to bring one arm up, same arm as the knee that is bent, this time lengthening up. And if I want, I can flex that bent knee foot, or I can point, really lengthen here. I'm going to take myself over. Feel yourself opening up on that side body into the hip. This is a little bit different than anything we've done before, but we're still getting that nice opening in the side body. And then lifting up, glue that bicep by your ear and just take yourself over to the side a bit. It's not going to go very far. It's going to feel a little awkward. Then bring yourself up. And let's take that hand on down, holding on to the chair. Raise that other arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Look maybe. And let's come on over. Letting your hip extend, letting you open up through all of those ribs, the cartilage between those ribs on that side. and rising up, bicep by my ear. I'm just going to tilt a little bit over. That's mostly working in my neck when I do that more than anything else. Bringing myself back and letting my hand come on down, letting my foot come down. I'm going to walk back. I'm going to take my hands to the chair and I'm going to find myself in remove this, a down dog, right? So I'm going to come back, push through my tailbone, lengthen again the back side of my legs, and now I'm lengthening out my spine more. Biceps by my ear, hands on the chair, okay? And only coming back as far as it's right for you. Bend into your knees a little bit. Feel your belly come onto your thighs. Let your heavy head go. Let it go. Take some breaths here. This should be good also for those shoulders and the neck. Really letting that neck go. And then lengthening the legs to the place that's right for your opening here. And then taking ourselves and walking ourselves up towards the chair. Releasing hands, arms up in here. Let's take those hands on down. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the chair. If you have those blocks or straps, I will be inviting you to use them. You don't have to. You don't want to. And I'm glad this position works pretty well and it's keeping the device out of the sun. You can see another little aspect of our garden here. And so having blocks again would be a nice thing, maybe one on each side as we start to move into some opening and some stretching. But right now we're in our chair. Say, yay, I'm back in my chair. But again, maybe starting to look at our chairs in a different way. When we were in Copenhagen, at it was a design museum of some sort. It was all about chairs, the history of chairs and different designs of chairs. And it was pretty incredible, all the craftsmanship that went into making these chairs. And when I was up in Angel Fire this last couple days, actually I went into Taos too. There was this huge yellow chair, you know, one of those giant chairs. And I found that and crawled up in it. And that was nice. All right, so here we are, sitting straight and tall. Let's go ahead and lift our arms up, inhale. And exhale, pull ourselves forward. Let our arms come back. We're going to come into rocking chair here. So inhale up and take it back as little or more as you want. Bring yourself forward the same way, as little or big as you want to be, right? In your movements, make it for you. But here we are working on those shoulders again, okay? And if you want to strengthen your arms, you open up your fingers wide, because that takes from that energy point all the way through the muscles in your arms. Just be careful when you come down that you don't lower yourself so much that when you come up, you're dizzy, okay? Keeping your head even to your heart is going to keep that from happening. Some of you that like to have that forward fold may want to dive down a little bit farther, okay? Everybody has their own thing. I know, it's like everybody's beautiful in their own way. Do, do, do. I don't know all the words to that, but I sing that part of it to my plants as I'm watering them, because everything's a little bit different, right? Let's take a couple more of these, maybe opening up the heart big, maybe coming forward or not, all right? I like that, or not. I also like the why not. That's how Mark and I end up getting married. He kept saying for 7 years, why should we get married? And then it became, well, why not? You know? So let's go ahead and get those blocks ready. And I'm going to take my hand onto one block. And if you don't have the block, take it onto the leg of your chair. Okay. So it just gives you a different grip, right? I can be here or I can be here. And then, so take yourself on over. Here we go. And then take it down. Inhale up. Exhale. So we're keeping that side bend. We're working into the arm and the shoulder. And we're feeling really supported, either with that chair leg or with the block. I like the block. And I'm inhaling. And I'm practicing that vinyasa flow, right? Just simple, simple. Right up here, inhale and exhale. And two more, please. And let's stay over here. And from here, really stretch and then bring it back and down. Elbow bends, really stretch. Inhale and exhale. Take it a few more times. Two more. Good. And then I'm going to slowly bring myself up and just feel the difference in one side of my body and then the other. And let me take a little bit of release in my neck before we go to the other side. Take your chin down towards your chest. Feel all those strands at the base of your skull connecting to those shoulders there. This is something for those of you that are needing the shoulder work. A lot of that is that neck as well. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Let's take a look over one shoulder. Okay. Keeping your both shoulders still facing forward, but just looking and stretching our eyes back into the socket a little bit more. And then slowly releasing from that. And now I'm going to take myself over and see what view I have on that other side. See how open my neck is on that side. Pulling down, shoulder. And slowly bringing myself back, looking back around. Okay, let's take that to the other side. So again, hand on your front leg of your chair or find that block. Find your stability, right? I don't want anybody falling out of this. And your block does have different levels, right? So maybe some of you want to come a little bit lower, right? Or you come higher and don't come over very far, right? Lots of oars, I like that. Come on up, exhale over. Now let's just hold it for a minute, then we'll come into the dynamics of that. But stretching, 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 lengthening that side body. Exhale, inhale, all the way down. Exhale. Maybe this will be my inhale. Figure out what feels good to you, okay? This might be my exhale. This might be my inhale. But it's a flow. When we match that breath and the movement, you might only want to come up to here, all right? See where your arm wants to go. And I like that I see you guys trying different things. I do. Trying different things. And we try different things because of necessity, right? What does that say? Mention something about necessity, creativity. I don't know. You guys can tell me afterwards. Okay, let's go ahead and hold up here. Exhale. And then bring your elbow down. Bring it over. My length is my inhale. Take it down. Maybe using that ujjayi breath, that oceanic sound, right? At the back of our throat. Two more, and I think another jet's coming. I'll try to speak up really loud when they're coming over. Okay. There we are. And slowly bringing yourself up. Sitting straight. Let's take that chin down and roll it over to one shoulder. Take it down to the center. Excuse me. Roll it over to the other. And just take those semicircles at the speed that's good for you. Maybe you just want to hang out in one of those degrees, right? You can say, wow, that feels good. I'm going to slow it down there. I'm going to use my breath to help myself really release when I let go to the center. And I'll inhale when I come up to the other side. Something, you know? Yes. Find what's right for you. Let's do one more semicircle. Ending in the center. Lifting our chin so that we are parallel to the ground with our chin. Hand on our knees. Pull myself forward. Arc into my spine. Look up into that beautiful blue sky. What a beautiful rainy day it was yesterday. Exhale, hands come down. Curl tuck round. It was, I guess in June, it's members only from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Keep going, you guys, at the bio park. Any of the zoo or the botanical gardens or the aquarium. So Mark and I snuck in today to do an 8 a.m. botanic garden. Got to see half of it. It was really nice. And then got back here. Plenty of time for class. That's why we weren't at meditation today. If any of you were there today, keep going your pace, okay? I don't think we can ever do too many cat and cows. Let's do 2 more. And I see a jet up there, but I don't hear it. It must be up high enough. We're not getting blasted by it. And then bringing ourselves up. Let's go ahead and take a block. If you have it, let's put it between our knees. Okay, we're gonna do some adduction here. And that is squeezing in. If you don't have the block, you could take your knee to your knee, but that, you know, you probably won't hurt yourself because that's a pretty strong place. But, you know, just maybe a fist. Put a fist or two right there and squeeze in there. But a block, you're not going to hurt. Okay. So I'm going to just now squeeze. And I'm going to solid squeeze or I'm going to pulse squeeze. Okay. But in doing that, you're strengthening the inner part of your legs. Okay. So we are doing a little standing now with our chair class, but you can strengthen those legs as you know we have done before, and as Denise does in her Sit Strong class, you can strengthen those legs in a chair. Okay. And now if you are pulsing, just take it into a really solid squeeze. Feel that. If you want to assist, take your hands on the outside. Yeah, you can squeeze a little bit more and use your arm strength there. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And exhale, release. And I'm going to take the block down and out for just a moment. Take my feet out and my knees in. Come onto the inside of my feet. Come into that internal rotation. And then I'm going to shift my seat, shift my legs over to one side, bring myself back into this knee on knee. And then I'm going to come over, bring myself back, knee to knee, and then take myself over. One knee down, internally rotated, the other hip, knee out, externally rotated, bring myself back and bring myself over. Right. Slipping on my blanket, but it's okay. Let it hang down. Let yourself open up. Bring yourself back. One more time each side. Down. Up. And exhale down. And bring yourself up. Good. And then walk your feet in so that they touch. Your legs touch. The inner thighs touch. Everything is squeezing kind of together. I'm gonna take my arms behind me, interlace, and I'm gonna try to like erase my arms. So I don't know how they do that on movies and stuff, where it looks like someone doesn't have an arm. They really do. But we're gonna squeeze our legs together. We're gonna squeeze our arms behind us so we can't see them, so that we're just one long line here. And if you'd like, opening up the chest a little bit more and looking up, squeezing those shoulders together and down. Good. And then release. And now I'm going to go ahead and make a figure 4. So that can be done any way, like this, all the way up to here, or with a block, right? And you just set your foot on that block. So find your figure 4, find the edge of your chair, get yourself situated, because we're going to do a little bit of pigeon pose here, right? And sitting up straight and tall and flexing into your foot is going to start that process. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling it right here in my glute, and maybe even a little bit more, because today, my 6 a.m. class, I did a lot of glute stuff, hip stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead here and take some time to open up my ankle to make sure that I'm walking with freedom of the joints in my foot and my ankle. And I'm going to come around the other way. And so, Chris, with your feet, you know, we need to get into the ankles as well. And those pointing and flexings also help. So here I am, flexed or point. You decide to go back and forth. I'm going to sit up straight and tall. I'm going to bring my body weight forward, only to the place that says, yeah, that feels really good back there in my glute. I'm going to take a block forward maybe as well, if you want to go any farther, all right? Otherwise, staying with this flexed or pointed foot will be quite enough. You can lean your body forward. You might want to take your arms and let them release, and you get even more of your weight coming forward here. Or you may be quite sitting up straight and very comfortably uncomfortable with that sensation by being more upright, okay? Find what works for you, your body. That's what's important. And then I'm going to bring myself up, sitting up straight and tall here. And then I'm going to go ahead and release that leg. And just like earlier, when we were doing one side of the body, you should feel that one side of your leg now and your hip are feeling different than the other, right? So we've got to have equality here. Let's go ahead and pick up the other foot, slide it into that figure 4 position that works for you. Or again, you may have your foot just on the block, okay? Figure 4, open hip, right? So be where you're going to be, holding on maybe to your shin, flexing or pointing that foot, feeling that back in here, straight spine. And I'm going to go ahead now and take some circles. And this ankle has been talking to me today. It's clicking a lot. So I think it's telling me I need to get out and move it a little bit more today, or do some more circles with it, because that's kind of stagnant energy that's saying it needs to be released. I'm going to go around in the opposite way. And again, keeping my back straight, keeping that figure 4 position and however I've arranged it. And then again, flex, maybe point and flex. And begin to bring my body forward, maybe only an inch or 2, all right? Whatever weight you would like to bring forward, you sure can. Any of you that do this practice of pigeon on the ground, you're welcome to come to the ground and do it as well. But that's something I'm not going to have you guys do, is get yourself up and down off of a mat. But I think that adding the standing with the support of the chair will be it's a good practice for us to add to it. Can you feel that sensation? If not, Then bring your body weight a little bit more forward, flex into that foot a little bit more. And then slowly bring yourself up. Find yourself upright. And let's go ahead and release that leg. And we're going to do a little bit of, so our feet are about the distance of the chair legs. We're just going to come in and out. Little Charleston thing here. I don't know, however that went. But just let's take them in, internal, external. Okay. And now let's take them really external by coming onto the edges of our feet, the outside edges, okay? And let the feet and the ankles open up. And again, this is another way to strengthen the ankle by taking it into this direction. And believe it or not, doing that, and let's come into the other side. If you're walking and you happen to, step on something and it may keep you, by doing this kind of practice, having that kind of stretching in the ligaments and the tendons, and they keep you from having a twisted ankle because it's used to having a little bit of that flexion, okay, or opening. All right, and now from here, let's go ahead and work ourselves into one of the warrior series. And I think today we'll do warrior 2. So I'm going to put one foot forward, take the other one to the side of the chair. And this leg can either stay right there or you can take it behind you, behind you, I guess, yeah, right, like this. And really take it back because our hips still want to be mostly towards me in warrior 2. That's why this might be just as good to stay like this. But if you want that leg stretch, go ahead and stretch it out, but keep the hips more forward than this way. This is more of a warrior 1, okay? We want to be more open to that warrior 2, expressing and lengthening out our arms really long here. Fingers are open wide because I want to get as much out of this as I can. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And I'm looking. Exhale, hands come to shoulder height. Inhale. Take it down on my exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more. And take yourself with your arms open. Now, when we were doing that, it's really easy because we're focused on our arms to let this knee cave in, right? Then we're not using that glute strength, that hip strength. It takes more energy out of our legs to keep that external rotation. It will help you if you plant more weight on that front foot, okay? Only if you want, all right? From here, let's go ahead and bend into your front arm. Take that forearm to your thigh. Bring yourself over and then take yourself up. Okay, let's do that with a flow. Exhale. Take yourself up. Keeping this externally rotated. We got to have focus there. So press into the ground. All right. Focus into that glute and that hip because believe me, it's going to want to cave in. At least mine does. Maybe yours don't. Okay. Here's my exhale. Here's my in. 2 more, please. And let's stay over here. Really lengthen. And let's take some circles. Let's do 6 forward, 6 back. Here we go for shoulders again. And free. Let your arm be free. Let gravity take it and swing it around. Okay. And find yourself here, bicep by your ear again. Take yourself up. And now exhale, take yourself into reverse warrior. Bring yourself back up. Exhale back, reverse. So this back hand can either hang, you can take it to your leg, you can take it to your chair. If hanging down doesn't feel right or enough support for you, take it right here to your thigh. Take it to your waist. Take it to your chair leg, okay? Or again, if you want, you can let it hang down, reaching towards the ground. Let's do 2 more. And is this leg caving in? Press down. Bring yourself up and take your arms up. Exhale them down into heart center. Yeah, good. And bring that leg in if you extended it. If not, it's already here. And bring the other one back. Taking all our legs together again. Sitting up straight and tall. Let's take the opposite grip behind us that is normal or natural. And let's make ourselves into that invisible person again, where we can't really see anything. No arms. We become one-legged. Our core is all engaged here. Maybe we look up. And then if you want, take your body forward. So we're going to raise our torso now. Resting belly and chest on your thighs. Let your heavy head go. Let the arms stay up or down at the base of your spine. Curling in. A little yoga ball here. And then bringing myself up. Releasing my hands. And I'm just going to let them kind of fly up. Doing some wrist rotations here. Okay, really loose. Coming back down in the opposite direction with those wrist rotations. So graceful. That looks beautiful, you guys. Good. Shake it on out. And let's do the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and open up into that other side. I'm going to plant that foot. I'm going to have knee above my ankle. All right. In a nice alignment. And I want to plant that foot. And I want to try to pay attention that this isn't coming in like that. All right. I really want to try to keep it open. And that's taking work into the glute. This leg can stay right here. If you like, take it on back. But again, hips more towards me. All right. So whatever you've decided to do, hips more towards me. Open up, heart towards one another, arms expand out, okay, whether this leg is long or not, and focus here, okay, focus on keeping that open, focus on keeping it strong, and that's just a suggestion, okay, don't have to. All right, inhale, lift, exhale, keep going. Ujjayi breath. Can you hear your breath? Can you feel your breath? Two more, please. Strong bent leg there. Keeping its energy outward. Here we are. Let's bend into that front arm and take our other arm over here. Exhaling and lengthening in that side body, similar to what we did earlier today when we lengthened our legs in a little different position. And then let's float from that. Inhale. Keep going. This flow, that it is simple, yet you're doing so much for your body, especially by integrating our breath with our movement. Two more, please. And hanging out here in this direction, let's let that arm Whew, be loosey goosey. 6 times. Let it just fall. And then take it behind you. Like a propeller, right? And finding ourselves right here. Bringing ourselves up. Keeping this active, right? I'm feeling it. We're strengthening our leg here by keeping it active, pressing into that ground. And then let's go ahead on block or just hanging or on the chair or on the leg. We're going to take it into reverse warrior and then come back into regular warrior 2. Okay. Exhaling as I come back. Inhaling as I come forward, especially here. My leg is wanting, my front knee that's bent is wanting to come in. Okay, so I'm really pushing down into the ground to strengthen there. Okay, hi Ruby, come on, it's okay. Exhale back. Exhale. Ujjayi breath. Two more, please. All right, Ruby. And find myself straight in the center. So I'm not leaning in, pulling myself forward into the future. And I'm not hanging out in the past, but actually that feels pretty good. Let's do that 2 more times. Pull myself into the future, come back to the present. Pull myself into the past, come back to the present. Una vez más. Forward, future, present, here and now. And take me back. Bring me here. Oh yeah, okay, letting go. Can you feel that in your leg? Bring both legs in. I'm feeling it in my glutes, in my legs. I hope you are too, if you want that. Let's go ahead, slide hands down. Take our chest forward, let your heavy head go. Bring yourself up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, sitting up straight. Exhale, take yourself down. Take a couple breaths, only letting head release lower than the heart if that feels right for you. But this is a good one for just opening up the shoulders, coming forward and letting gravity let you release. Bring yourself up 1 slow vertebrae at a time. Chin lifts last. Good. Oops. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you see me? Hopefully I didn't lose you. It's just telling me low battery. But we're fine. I've got plenty to last. That's my first low battery announcement. All right, so coming here, let's go ahead now and come into eagle. We're going to do eagle arms and eagle legs. All right, so I'm going to keep my left leg is down, my right is going over. You choose however you want to do that. Mirroring me or doing that left and right thing. And then arms up. And here, I'm going to take my right arm under my left, doesn't matter, whichever one it ends up being. And if this leg wants to be flexed or pointed or find its way behind so I can make myself really into the most narrow thing possible, lifting up, inhale. Exhale, bow down. Lift up in. This is good for shoulders too. Exhale, bowing down. Let go of the back side of our neck. 2 more, your breath, your pace. Rising up. Releasing arms, releasing legs, rise up, inhale. Exhale down. Let's fly a few more times. Take it on up. And exhale down. Dos veces más. And bring it on down. Now I'm going to take my left leg's going to be under, my right leg's going on top. No, I just did that. My right's down, my left is over. So I'll mess you guys up, sorry. And I'm going to take this foot and maybe take it under and around. You guys know what you're doing. Don't listen to me, okay? And taking my arms up, inhale. And exhale, my left comes under my right. And I try to squeeze myself into a really narrow place here, like you're trying to inchworm your way through a small cave openings or something. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down, curl tuck around. Keep going with that flow. Or if it feels really good just to hang out in the bow, take it into bow and hang out there. But with breath, okay? Good, 2 more. Take yourself up. Exhale, release those arms. Release your legs. Let's take some shoulder rolls. Taking them back. Taking a few forward. Good. Taking one up. Inhale, inhale. Exhale. Let it come down. Inhale, inhale. Bring it on up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale it down. Let's do one on each side again like that. Bring it up and take that inhale. Really squeeze. Yeah, give yourself a squeeze in that trapezius. Inhale. And let it blow out. Yeah, that release for me. Let's do one more time this side. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale in. And let it go. Good. Lifting both up. Squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And let's squeeze so much. If we're so angry with just our shoulders are right up by our earlobes. We're wearing them like earrings. We're squeezing into our fists. Oh, there's so much tension there. Squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Let it go. Let's do that again. Pump it into your arms. Squeeze. Make muscles. Bring yourself up. Squeezing, contracting, muscle to bone. Squeeze, squeeze. Take a big inhale. Let it go. Good. And now I'm just going to let myself come forward. Let my heavy head hang. Let my shoulders hang. Let everything be kind of released here. And then I'm going to curl up, curl into myself, and letting my head rise up really slowly here. Okay. And let's take a couple breaths with eyes closed or open, whatever you're comfortable doing. And let's find ourselves towards the back of our chair. So our back up against the back of the chair, right? All this other time we haven't had that back against the chair. So yours might be a little bit tilted back like mine. Maybe it's one of those really formal dining chairs where we're sitting upright and we're eating, you know, quite nicely. Or we're in one of those more like office chairs, right? So find yourself back up against there. And then do what you want with your feet. You can bring them up like this onto the legs of your chair. You can get those blocks that Denise has reminded us to use if we have shorter legs, right? Or any of you that have or want to take one leg up into a half lotus position here, you can do that. Or you can take the other one up and come into the chair's Pigeon Pose. Whatever works for you. Hold on just a second. keep on getting a low battery. I think I've got enough time for just another couple minutes, and that's what we have. So find yourself. Did give me that little tick, tick, tick noise, like it's really just about to die. I'm sorry I ran to Botanical Gardens without plugging this in, and I taught a class this morning, so it takes a lot of juice to do Zoom. Take a few breaths here. Do anything else you'd like to do still. Me, it's just breathing and listening to the birds. And then taking your hands to heart center or covering your hands over your heart. This beautiful center of our being. When we offer directions in ceremony, we have 7 directions, and the last is our heart, and that's the centerpiece of who we are, and that's when we offer our own prayers to ourselves. And so just bow your head slightly if you like, looking down at your hands and towards your heart, bowing down to that true teacher within each and every one of us. I'm not the teacher. I'm just a guide on the side, not a sage on the stage. You guys are your own teachers. And that's when you know when something is right for you or not. Okay. So from my heart to yours, thanks for being here, you guys. Namaste. Thank you.